Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Well, pre-release wasn't so hot for some people because, well, they said F this price. So before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, the comments down below, feed that YouTube algorithm. Just watch the video. That's all you got to do. You can throw a few bucks my way as a YouTube member like my boy Sawyer does. He's a hell of a guy. There's links in the description. eBay, TCG Player, Otaku shops down there. Capnclydes will get you 10% off. Use the link. We do Whatnot Saturdays, Fridays, most of the weekend. Feel free to check it out. The links and the videos for the Whatnot are always posted ahead of time, so you know what the prices and everything are before we get started. So make sure you tune in. With all that said, well, let's talk about this. We'll call it disappointing Spider-Man pre-release. So, here we go. Poor showing for Spider-Man events. So, as it states here, yonder golden sun. Anyway, reports are showing that Marvel's Spider-Man did not exactly pull in big numbers, and the Universes Beyond crossover has been a point of controversy since it was officially announced, and it seems that some section of the MTG community finally put their feet down on this one. Attendance was low on the board, but what did everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood Spider-Man do to piss everybody off? Well, let's talk about it. So, the post-pre-release report that we have states that Marvel's Spider-Man's pre-release was one of the skimpiest events I've been to in 10 plus years. The total attendance across two events at two different stores was 28 players, which is awful, which also included Two-Headed Giant, which gets you 4 people for one event. Anyway, that's decidedly not good. So Edge of Eternities pulled in a respectful crowd, which it should. It was actually fun. And there's no way anyone was going to match Final Fantasy. Again, Final Fantasy is going to be the king dingling for God knows how long. Probably until they release another Final Fantasy. But anyway, point being, Spider-Man just sort of flopped. Like Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man Scene 2. I don't remember that one. Anyway, moving on. So, the worst turnout I've ever seen from pre-release, says Girther Viking on Reddit. We have 5 people here. And part of that is probably because of this $77 entry fee, which is fucking absurd. This is not close to a premium set. For the love of all that is holy, Jesus Christ. And an average of 1.5 prize packs per person. I almost want to put the record straight. Most of the local LGSs I go to give you 1 pack per person. So let's not be bitching about the 1.5, shall we? You're getting more than I got, which is also why I don't go to pre-releases anymore, because 1 pack per person is dumb. I'll just go play a real fucking event. Anyway, evidence seems to skew toward lower turnouts for Spider-Man pre-release, and while some players were lucky enough to enter $35 40 events, others mentioned prices as high as 50 or 80. Pre-release tonight at my local LGS was a 40-40, says Luca Viking, and the 3 people I played against all had great decks that did fun things. Overall, vibes were good. Now, I really enjoyed the gameplay and the synergies within the set, as well as the matches that I had. It basically changed my whole opinion of the set. Now, like we mentioned before, people like the set as far as the synergies and the gameplay. Their serious problem with it, apparently, is the price. After the absurd Final Fantasy price hikes and everything that's going on with that, which will never change and will keep going up, and there's nothing we can do about that because of the popularity, Spider-Man has pretty much soured the milk by people trying to do the same thing to it and crashing the market, basically. Which I personally think this market crash is going to seriously affect The Last Airbender. And anybody who bought packs for $700, $800, maybe even $600, may be regretting life choices right now, because I'm almost positive, like most people I've talked to, no one's going to buy the Airbender until the price comes down because of how bad the Spider-Man feel was. So, We'll see. Now, that doesn't mean Airbender couldn't be more expensive, better set, yada, yada, yada. No need to go into that in this rant. However, that is the current outlook of more people than normal, which is bad for the market, especially those people who want to scalp, who have also lost their ass on Spider-Man. So anyway, so what went wrong? Well, the first thing went wrong, you already mentioned, is this insane price for a pre-release. For the love of all that is holy, the pre-release packs currently are selling online for less than $50. And you're telling me you're going to charge $77 or up to $80? Come on. I mean, for the love of God, we know you're an LGS. We know you get a better price than that. Unless you're telling me that everybody in God's green earth is selling their product online below what they paid for it. Don't think so. Also, I know what LGSs pay for that shit, and trust me, they're not losing money. Anyway, what went wrong? So, it hasn't really set itself up for success to begin with. The small set, rumored to be an Assassin's Creed style set, was repurposed into something playable after financial failure of that set. So, just didn't appeal to a large portion of the community. Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings are big names as well, but they're at least Magic adjacent. And people weren't super fans of the IPs, couldn't relate to where they were seeing most of the cards. Something else that people have talked about that they don't like about this set is the fact that there's like literally 40 plus Spider-Men that are all different, and some people don't understand why. And to be fair, not everybody knows about the Spider-Verse or Peter Parker or Marvel Comics for that matter. So you have to realize having 40 different Spider-Men, because you know they're all from different universes and multiverses and yada, 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 some people don't get it, nor do they care. To them, it's just a rehash of a different character doing a different thing, and they think it's dumb. So, not every geek or nerd reads comics. Let me repeat that. Not every geek and nerd reads comics. I do, but that's not the point. And to be fair, I haven't read them in a while because, well, other hobbies are more expensive, and comics just don't do it for me because, well, they're pretty much just paper. No collectability. And people want collectability. And they feel that when you have 40 different things that are the same thing, Spider-Man, there's no collectability. Even though they're all different, but they're still the same. People struggle with that. So anyway. Now, people not flying out of their seats come to play with inspired cards design like Hot Dog Cart, News Helicopter, and Subway Train. Shouldn't be much of a surprise. Yeah, these were cool for us, not for everybody else. Price, certainly a driving factor. We just talked about that. $40 and $50 for release looks great. The price they use for reserve premium sets like Commander Masters, Modern Horizons 3, that is not the case with the typical Universe Beyond standard release. So, yeah, the price is awful. Also, there's the whole Through the Omens Pass snafu as well. People seemingly generally support of the OM1 reveal, otherwise hashtag Team Flim. Yeah. But a disconnect between the cards you'd open in Spider-Man pre-release and the versions you see on Arena and Magic Online isn't a great selling point. Having two different versions of the same set isn't attractive for people who almost exclusively play digital. Very good point. Why would you go play a pre-release to get paper cards of cards that you're going to get on digital that are completely different pictures and not what you want to see? So, yeah. Also, the pre-release weekend wasn't a total botched affair. Plenty of players had a great experience. 90% of them opened a Soulstone in their sealed pool, but the events misfired for many game stores. So, yeah. There are still good cards in here on high pre-release sale prices, but again, this is pre-sale, and we're going to have to really wait to at least 3 to 4 weeks, a month total after sales to see the real damage. And it's probably going to be bad. But the thing that people don't realize is there are some people out there, maybe not me, not that I would do this, or my other friends. If Spider-Man plummets too much below 600, even past down to 500 range, there will be a large move in to scoop up this product. Because like Assassin's Creed, this will just get better with time, and this is more popular than Assassin's Creed in a general sense of the term. And as other sets come out and have other Soul Stones in them, this set will become in demand, I think. And we've also seen what happens with Lord of the Rings Holiday Edition, which is now the most expensive box in the market that we used to not be able to give away for the price of $180. So, yeah, people got short memories, but us who don't know what we're looking at. So, yeah. And with that on Arena, here's the event schedule coming out. September is going to be Brawl. By the time you see this, Brawl will be over. September 30th, the 1st is going to be through the Omen Path Foundations. 7 and 8 is going to be Molmir, which is my favorite. October 14th to the 15th on Midweek Magic is Brawl Builder Challenge. Quick Drafts is interesting. It's Bloomburrow to the 2nd, and then through the Omen Paths, and then back to Edge of Eternities, and then back through the Omen Paths. That's kind of weird for me, but whatever. I mean, I think you would think they'd want to push through the Omen Paths, but let's also be clear. People don't understand through the Omen Paths is Spider-Man because they only play one, not the other, and it's confusing as hell. So, Premier play, we have October 11th for a best of 1 play-in, October 17th for a best of 3 play-in, and 18th to the 19th is qualifier weekend. Season rewards, well, same as always, except, funny enough, you're getting Edge of Eternity packs and not Omen Path packs. Maybe that's because this is going to end on September 30th, which is when the Omen Path will already be out. I really think they're trying to push the whole no Omen Path for you. If you want the cool stuff with the new pictures, you got to pay for it. Because by the time the next one ends, will be September, October, November, we will be way past the last Airbender, and I'm almost positive that we'll get last Airbender packs, not Omen Path packs. As I think they're going to try to capitalize on the whole Flim thing. So, yeah. Do what you will with that information. It's going to be, it's going to be an interesting time. And, mark my words, one day, like everything else in Magic, Spider-Man is going to be pricey. The real question is, how cheap can you get it? And how long do you want to wait? So, until next time, be kind, and as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.